Okay, this game's pretty good. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. If you ever played Apex Legends, if you ever played Rainbow Six, if you ever played Destiny, you'll like this game. To a degree. Because it's not quite as deep as Destiny. It doesn't have as much gameplay variety as far as modes. It's only one mode. So, imagine Destiny if it only had Crucible. Or, if it only had Gambit. That's basically what this game is. Okay, fine, you get extraction. It's not such a big deal. You have to extract. You have to extract in Titanfall.
Fuck your mom.
Okay, so it's not that much of a big deal that you have to extract out of the map.
What do you have on him?
It borrows a lot from Apex Legends because it has the different heroes, the different shells. That's the best. I think that's the best redeeming quality of this game is the guys you have, the extra guys. They have all different abilities. So right now, a lot of people, the majority of people, are just using Thief. Not even Thief. That's Assassin. You rarely see a Thief player on your team. But Thief is good because she can steal the best loot the opponent has with her drone. And I've even seen videos where people put a Claymore mine on her drone and they send the drone flying in to the enemy and just blows up on them. So it's a very good game. It has Destiny's DNA and it has a lot in common with, say, Apex Legends. The best parts of Apex Legends. So it's decent. And also I'm glad to play this game because I'm finally glad to see a new engine. We've been playing Destiny since 2014 and the overall graphic engine is exactly the same, except that now they added more shaders, 4K shaders and everything, but the basic polygonal shape of the characters is the exact same design, and it's old.
Is that a player? Player
that
got
was
you?
before, older time. And also the netcode sucks in Destiny. You know how terrible it is when you get match made with somebody from Europe? I haven't had that issue with this game, Marathon. That's why I'll give credit where credit is due. The netcode is way better than what it is in Destiny. And I'm sure they're not just matching people from, the same area. Okay, you don't see the same problems you see in Destiny with somebody that has a red ping and they're from Europe. They have a distinct advantage over everybody in America. That's not like this in this game. I played a lot. I played 54 hours of this game.
As soon as this shit clears
I tried out every character, but I usually just stick to Assassin right now. And sometimes I use the Titan. He's not a Titan. He's actually Destroyer, but he looks like a Titan. And it's okay game. I mean, it's a good game, but it has some things that turn people off. Like your health doesn't regen. You start off with this low amount of health, and then it takes a long time to get your health up to a decent value. Okay, you have to earn the right to get the buy health boost in the shop. I guess it's called it's not called an armory or whatever it's called. It's armory, a shop. It's basically a freaking shop. They call it something else. Yeah, they call it armory actually. And you can buy different factions can get you different items. So some factions will get you shields, some factions will get you grenades. But here's the problem where this game, where I say it's good to a degree, but the degree it sucks. Like shit, like you have a limited amount of shields you can buy per week. So even if you do earn the right to get, say, purple shields out of the armory from a certain faction, then you got to worry about how many times you can use it. You can only use it X amount of times, and then you can't buy any more until the reset on Monday. Because right now the reset's going to be about an hour. So I ran out of grenades because I earned the right to buy grenades out of the armory from Mida, right? So I leveled up Mida so I can buy grenades. But then you reach a point where, you can't buy any more grenades. Like, why the fuck not? What didn't I waste my time earning the right to get grenades out of the armory? And they say I can only buy a few.
So bull bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Like, get out of here. Yeah, that sucks. It's too anti-consumer. It's too many goddamn rules. And they're all, put you at disadvantage and limit us to gameplay. Like, man, I want to play how I want to fucking play. When do you get to do that? Never. You have to, like, scrounge around and hopefully find a grenade. And then hope somebody doesn't shoot you in the back while you're looking for grenades. This is all about rat gameplay. People are like, they'll shoot you in the back. They'll camp for hours. They'll camp for like 20 minutes just to shoot you in the back. That's how cheap these people are. They were so lazy. You got to be like some kind of psychotic level of psychotic sociopath to sit in a corner for like 20 minutes waiting for somebody to exfiltrate just so you can shoot them in the back. And they don't do anything else. They just want to wait for you to exfiltrate and they shoot you in the back and take all your gear. So they don't go and earn the gear themselves. That way you do all the work looking around while they sit there like an asshole. I don't know, jerking off or smoking a cigarette, whatever the fuck they're doing. For 15, 20 minutes, you're going to sit there and just camp a spot. That's why the lightning should be more. The lightning should be more lethal, I think. And you know what? They should have lightning for campers. If you're staying in that spot for too long, lightning should just seek you out and shoot you right in the fucking head. Because there's lightning in this part here and this map I'm playing on. This is the best map right now until Cryo Archives gets opened. It's called Outpost, and so you have to search around the map getting keys to open up armory. You can choose to open the armory. You can choose to summon. There's a transport drone that has cargo on it, right? You can summon that and get gear up for that, like better gear than what you have. And there's an armory you can open in flight control. And there's also an armory in Pinwheel. Okay. This is the Pinwheel base, which takes 3 keys to open. Or if you come through a different entrance and get out with 2 keys, 2 green keys. Man, so the 3 color keys is orange,
get the keys.
Green, and red. Honestly. The red ones are hardest to get, and there's only maybe 3 red keys on the whole map. So you have to get there first before somebody else does. If somebody gets that 1 red key that's on the map, that's it. Right, you have to hunt him down and kill him before he uses it somewhere. So it's a challenge. That's kind of limiting, but it's also challenging. So there's certain things that kind of limiting to the game that kind of would piss somebody off, some people off. To me, I think that's challenging. But the whole thing with you can only buy a limited number of grenades per week. Get the fuck out of here. What kind of game is this? Who made this game? I mean, like, wow, bold choice. Bold choice. Let's see how it works out, They automatically are not trying to be as successful as Halo. I'm not going to say it's going to be as successful as Halo or Destiny because just by virtue of you can't even regen your health, you can't just hide in the corner and regen your health. That's like, all right, that's a choice. Only certain characters have the ability to regen. Say like the Destroyer, sometimes he can regen health. If you just his shields at least, not his health, but his shields can grow back. And this whole superpower of this character called Rook. Rook is he's like fully a robot. I think the other characters are like cyborgs. I think Rook is kind of just fully a robot. And, he goes by himself. And he just starts off with better shields than you. You have what would equate to be white shields in Apex. The really low weak shields. That's what you start out with. And if you don't buy them or earn them by a reward, you don't have any good shields. You either A, buy them in the armory that's in the game menu, or B, get awarded for it by your faction leveling up. And also, there's another way that you can level up is that you can get gear. There's a bunch of achievements. Like the milestones. That's what they call them. In Destiny, you have the thing when you had to get moments of triumphs. The triumphs. If you complete X amount of triumphs in the menu, you can get gear from that. You get rewards from that. So far, the rewards I got for the triumphs are way better than the rewards you get for like leveling up your faction. The faction keeps giving you shit. They give you like green gear. Green is only 1 level up from the white gear, the basic level gear, right? And that's what you get. So another problem with this game is the menu. The menu is shitty. I mean, the menu is kind of shitty, and that's not just what's shitty about it is Fine, it's convoluted. Every game has convoluted menus. That's how Destiny's menus got to be at a certain point, right? But that's not the real problem. The problem is the fonts. It's just obnoxious. They have these some fonts are so tiny you can barely see. You have to like squint to see it. It's like you're looking at an eye chart. That's the problem. On top of it being convoluted, because all game menus tend to be convoluted, right? But this one's overly complicated to the fact where. And it's just not even useful. It's like it's bad. It's not user friendly because it's like it's little tiny print, a tiny print, a huge font or tiny font. Like, what are you doing? You got to squint. Your eyes going in and out of focus, just focusing on the different levels of text they have on the screen. And one of my caveats of this game, the ping system doesn't work right sometimes. And here's the problem. See, you have 3 players, right? Player 1 is usually blue, and then the other 2 are like tan and purple, right? If somebody disconnects, some people are shitty. If you play with these randoms, if they die, they just leave the game. If you don't get to them in 1 second, they want to leave the game, right? And that sucks because then some reason they change your hierarchy of your player. If you're a player 2, now you're player 1, and so they change your color of your ping. So if you ping something and you're trying to walk to it, right? They change your color ping and then they take your ping off the map. So that's a problem with this game. Sometimes you ping something and you're trying to walk to it and then they take it off the screen. Like, where's my ping? I gotta ping it again? That's annoying. And one reason why they take it off the screen is because your teammate disconnected, so they changed your color of your ping. It's super annoying. It's just super annoying. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Whose idea was it? How about don't change the color of the ping if it's gonna mess up the current ping you have on the screen? That sucks, the whole thing. And everybody said, oh, well, you'll get this great gear. You get exotic gear if you go into Cryo Labs, right? Not Cryo Labs, and the Pinwheel. Pinwheel doesn't necessarily give you purple or exotic gear. I got purple gear more out of the armory that's on flight control than in Pinwheel. I went in Pinwheel. You had to go all over the map. It's a huge map. You have to go over like half the map, right? To get the keys to open up the Pinwheel itself, and then you have to get the keys to open up the vault. So you have to hope everybody's slacking or doesn't know what they're doing. It's their first time playing. Other teams. You have to hope the other teams don't know what they're doing and don't get the red keys right away. Because the red keys open the vault. They need 2 reds and a yellow to open the vault that's inside Pinwheel, and that's where all the weapons are. Because everything else I found in Pinwheel was garbage. You have to kill like 1 million robots inside of Pinwheel and 1 million turrets, and all they drop is garbage gear. It's not any better. Like, well, I could have got this garbage gear outside of Pinwheel and not wasted 10 to 15 minutes getting all these keys, risking getting killed doing it, right? Just to get in here and not get killed on the way in and the way out to exfiltrate. So there's several times where you get a certain distance. It's why it's a lot like Apex, because of the heroes, and also this game of iterations. Sometimes you may die right away in Apex, and sometimes you make it halfway to the game, or sometimes you make it to the end of the game. So there's several times where you make it everywhere. You get all the way in, you get all the way inside Pinwheel, you get inside the vault, and you manage to not die, and your whole team doesn't die and disconnect. And you get garbage gear, by the way, out of Pinwheel Vault. And still, when you get to the exfiltrate, you get sniped by some little bastard that's been sitting there the whole 15-20 minutes where you were doing all the work, going on the map, getting all the keys, which are 6 in total, right, to get in there. This asshole sits there and shoots you in the back and ambushes you when you're barely alive after you fought, 50 robots and however many teams you had to fight on the map that had some any balls to fight you and face you man to man. You kill those guys, and then you're trying to exfiltrate, and this fucking butt fucker is hiding behind a rock and shoots you all in the back while you're half dead trying to exfiltrate. That's what you have to deal with. So I mean, it's funny and it's kind of aggravating at the same time. So you may make it, you may not make it. It's best to send somebody out like a scout to draw them out, to flush them out, and then the other 2 can kill them. Otherwise, you're never making it out of there. If they're lucky, if they have a good vantage point and they have, like, say, a sniper rifle or something, they could pick all 3 of you off before you can do anything. Yeah, so there's a lot of coward freaking just scumbag gameplay that people do shit like that. But there's always revenge is best served cold. So in this situation right here, I missed my exfiltrate because I was here trying to exfiltrate. It's defended fine, but what convoluted it is this map is outpost. Periodically, basically every 2 minutes, they rain fire on you. Somebody shoots flares into the sky, and then there's cascades molten lava onto the map, which basically burns the shit out of you, and you can't afford to get the shit burned out of you because you have low health already, and you have limited amount of health packs to heal yourself, and then you got to fight these dickheads. And this is a defended exfiltrate, so I'm trying to fight these guys, but then they get an advantage, and then the fire convoluted everything, so I had to hide behind a rock and try to heal myself. And while I'm distracted trying to heal myself, my exfiltrate countdown went and it expired, and they just teleported nothing. Instead of teleporting me up back to the ship, they teleported nothing because I wasn't there within the time limit. So it's fun, but it's also frustrating. So I can see why there's a lot of hate for this game, besides the fact that Bungie stole a lot of artwork from that guy named Aluriel or whatever her name is, and stole her artwork. The game is just made to be frustrating. It's like all the frustrating things you've seen in Destiny. It has some good things from Destiny, but also the most frustrating things about Destiny. And people are just kind of sick of it. I can see how people just had enough, basically. I'll play this game to a degree, but I won't play it as much as I play Destiny, that's for sure. I'm not going to no-life it. The reason why you get to the point where you get, say, I got 54 hours, because you may play this thing for 20 minutes and die. Man, I'm not accepting that shit. I played for 50 minutes and die and almost exfiltrate, almost made out there with some great gear. I've only had purples once, but never made it out with my purples intact. There's been times where I had all the red keys to open the armory that's in Pinwheel and got a blue weapon. And my teammate, he got a purple key or purple artifact. All right, fine, you got a purple artifact or whatever it is, or purple component that you can trade in for something else. Fine, he got that, but I think you need more than one of those. Like maybe you get 2 of those, and you can trade it for a better gun. And you only trade it for a better gun if you get to level 25, level 25 of a faction, which is crazy. You know how slow it is, your progression in the factions, and there's around 6 factions, okay? So you're supposed to level up 6 factions to level 25. You know how long it's going to take? And also, there are priority missions, right? Priority contracts, which are basically just bounties from Destiny. But instead of, Destiny, you could have 3 bounties at a time. In this stupid game, to make you take longer to level up or anything, they make it you only hold 1 bounty at a time. That I was trying to exfiltrate some scumbag sniped me. No, I didn't even get sniped by a scumbag. I got sniped by U.S. military. I had low health. I was trying to run away. Anyway, so it's a good game. It has the Bungie quality to it, but it's an aggravating game. And I can see how some people don't want to play this shit. I can see how people will be frustrated and say, hey, I'm going to sit this one out. This kind of sucks. And, I could easily excuse that. I played all the characters. I played Rook, and I played all the maps, and I've gotten inside Pinwheel. I've seen what this game has to offer, and it's, it can be entertaining, but it's also frustrating. And if you're a PvP guy, I'm a PvP guy. Some people aren't multiplayer players. They might not be into it. It's maybe not your bag. But for me, I'm into multiplayer. I'm into, inflicting pain over others. So I kind of enjoy playing it. When it has the good points, are really funny. And when the aggravating points are very aggravating, okay? It's a good game. It doesn't deserve all the hate it's getting. It's a hate train going on in this game, okay? A lot of people have just a hate boner for the game. Oh, it's gonna fail. Bungie's gonna fail. Yada yada. Bungie's not gonna fail because just like Destiny wasn't popular right away because the story sucked and the casuals hated it because it didn't have a good story because the story was so limited and everything was limited to the lore which is on their website, which is really stupid and really goddamn anti-consumer. So you can see where they make these stupid anti-consumer ideas. They're telling people to go on a website to look up the lore instead of putting it in the game. And they take all the criticism and all the slings and arrows, and eventually they'll change their mind and fix it. So whatever's wrong with this game, like, oh, you can only have, what, 10 grenades per week? What kind of shit is this? Are you fucking kidding me? It's bad enough Destiny had this shit where you had to wait 5 minutes for your grenades to heal, to grow back. Your grenades had to regen. So they limited grenades that way. Now they're limiting your grenades of saying, oh, you can only buy a small amount per week. Are you kidding me? Per week? Get the fuck out of here. If that, for that reason alone, people should boycott this stupid game. So I don't know, man. It's a good game, but Bungie has a bad habit of shooting themselves in the foot. And they're on full auto, aiming dead straight at their toes. 10 toes in it, as usual. Yeah, they're so arrogant. I mean, these guys are more arrogant than Kanye West. That's how arrogant they are. It's baffling. Anyway, but good game, but you can see how they may fly too close to the sun on this one.